Hello everyone. My name is Anna. This channel introduces things you should know about Japan and Japanese people for those who are interested in Japanese culture and customs, and those who are thinking about traveling to Japan. I provide information unique to Japan, such as culture, food, art, lifestyle, and tourism. In the previous videos, I introduced Narita's Shinshoji Temple and Katori Jingū Shrine, but next we'll head to Katori Jingū Shrine. So, this time, I'll be guiding you to Katori Jingū Shrine. Before introducing Katori Jingū Shrine, let me explain why this place is geographically important to Japan. The Japanese archipelago is etched with deep trenches so clearly visible even from space. These are said to have been formed in ancient times by the movement of Earth's plates, and are still active today. They are major fault lines in Japan known as the median tectonic line. The red line shown on the map is the median tectonic line, while the two vertical blue lines are the Itoigawa-Shizuoka tectonic line. The orange area between the two vertical fault lines is called the fossa magna, a landform created by the accumulation of sediment in a large trench created by two major faults. Fossa magna means large trench in Latin. The topic we'll discuss here is the median tectonic line, indicated by the red line. Many historical buildings and shrines in Japan are built along this median tectonic line. This is because of the presence of a special power spot called a zero magnetic field. A zero magnetic field, as the name suggests, is a place where magnetic force is zero. However, this doesn't mean that no magnetic field is generated, rather, it's a place where the Earth's north and south magnetic poles collide, canceling each other out, resulting in a zero magnetic field. Of course, it's not completely zero, but maintains a low level of magnetism. Zero magnetic fields occur above large fault lines. This is because the immense forces exerted by the opposing geological layers create a balance, causing the north and south poles of the magnetic field to cancel each other out. Many of Japan's most representative power spots are located along these zero magnetic field locations, which lie along the median tectonic line. Katori Jingū Shrine, Ibaraki Prefecture, the largest and oldest shrine in the Kanto region. Katori Jingū Shrine, Chiba Prefecture, the head shrine of approximately 400 Katori shrines nationwide. Suwa Taisha Grand Shrine, Nagano Prefecture, one of the oldest shrines in Japan. Toyokawa Inari Shrine, Aichi Prefecture, one of the three great Inari shrines in Japan. Ise Jingū Grand Shrine, Mie Prefecture, the top shrine in Japan. Tenkawa de Benzei Tensia Shrine, Nara Prefecture, one of the three great Benzaiten shrines in Japan. Mount Koya, Wakayama Prefecture, a sacred site of Shingon esoteric Buddhism founded by Kukai. Mount Tsurugi, Tokushima Prefecture, a sacred site of mountain worship known since ancient times. Mount Ishizuchi, Ehime Prefecture, one of Japan's 7 sacred mountains, a mountain of mountain worship. Takachiho, Miyazaki Prefecture, a sacred site considered to be the stage of the descent of the heavenly grandchild. Hitate Jingū Shrine, Kumamoto Prefecture, the shrine where the Takamagara myth originated. However, this raises a question. Why are so many shrines concentrated along fault lines, even though ancient people lacked knowledge of concepts like faults, tectonic lines, and magnetic fields? There are several reasons for this. The median tectonic line, a massive active fault, is also a source of earthquakes. It is believed that ancient people feared the Earth's energy that brought about disasters such as earthquakes as the wrath of the gods, and built shrines along fault lines to appease and contain it, praying for peace. Fault zones are characterized by the fact that groundwater easily seeps to the surface because the bedrock is fractured. Even in rugged mountains, places with springs were essential to people's lives. This became associated with a culture of worshipping water deities, resulting in the construction of shrines along fault lines. Furthermore, designating these places as sacred sites also served a disaster prevention purpose, aiming to mitigate earthquake damage by preventing people from living directly on active faults. Faults form mountains and valleys, which were used as ancient travel routes, roads. Shrines were built at key transportation points to pray for safe journeys, and many sacred sites, objects of nature worship and mountain worship, arose along the fault lines. Furthermore, the displacement of faults allowed for the mining of valuable minerals, such as jade and green schist, making these areas important for ancient trade and technology. Kashima Shrine produces iron sand, Suwa Grand Shrine produces obsidian, and Ayase Grand Shrine and Amuwa Shrine produce cinnabar, a raw material for vermilion paint. Needless to say, the fault lines were important trade routes for transporting these materials. At specific points along the median tectonic line, the immense forces of the rock layers collide, creating a zero magnetic field where magnetic fields cancel each other out. These locations have been objects of worship since ancient times, as places where a special energy can be felt. Another topic is the path of light, ley line. The summer solstice is the day with the longest daylight hours of the year, when the sun's power reaches its peak. This light was once a guide to divine will for ancient people. Path of light, ley line, refers to the phenomenon where sacred sites align in a straight line in the direction of the sun on specific days, such as the summer and winter solstices. A prime example of a ley line is the line from Kashima Shrine to Mount Takachiho. The summer solstice sunrise rising from the first torii gate of Kashima Shrine in Ibaraki Prefecture. On the extension of that light lie Mount Fuji, Japan's sacred mountain, Ayase Grand Shrine, which enshrines the imperial ancestors, and Mount Takachiho, the site of the descent of the heavenly grandchild. This path of light, ley line, almost perfectly coincides with the median tectonic line explained earlier. This is purely coincidental, but it also explains another reason why shrines are clustered along the median tectonic line. I apologize for the lengthy introduction, but today I will be guiding you to Kashima Shrine and Katori Shrine, which are the starting points of the median tectonic line and the path of light, ley line. I introduced Kashima Shrine last time, so this time I will introduce Katori Shrine. I park my car in the parking lot of Katori Jingū Shrine and walk along the shopping street leading to the shrine. At Kashima Jingū Shrine, the parking lot was located past the main approach, so I didn't have time to enjoy the walk. Here, however, there are rows of souvenir shops and restaurants. Soon, the red Great Torii Gate comes into view. The original Torii Gate was built in 1926 and rebuilt in 2025, 100 years later. This is the old Torii Gate before it was rebuilt. This is a stone torii gate. The main gate, Sōmon, is visible in the background. Guardian lion dogs, Kameinu, are placed on either side. There are 30 stone steps. This is the purification fountain, Chozuya, beyond the main gate. Here, you purify your hands and mouth with water before praying. This is the Rōmon Gate. It was built in 1700 by the Edo shogunate. The plaque on the tower was written by Togo Haihakairo. Togo Haihakairo was a naval officer during the Meiji and Taisho periods. His greatest achievement was the Battle of Tsushima in 1905, where, as commander-in-chief of the combined fleet, he annihilated Russia's most powerful fleet, the Baltic Fleet, leading Japan to victory in the Russo-Japanese War. He was a hero of the Japanese Navy, lauded worldwide as the Nelson of the East. He was the first Japanese person to grace the cover of Time magazine. This is the main shrine building. Katori Shrine was founded in 643 BC, giving it a history of over 2,600 years. The Kashima Shrine, which I visited earlier, was founded in 660 BC. This main shrine building, like the gate tower I mentioned earlier, was built by the Edo shogunate in 1700. Deity enshrined, Futsunushi. In the myth of the transfer of the land of Izumo, Futsunushi was dispatched to Izumo along with Takamikazuchi, the deity enshrined at Kashima Shrine. He is revered as the god of victory and success in competitions, and is also said to have miraculous powers in warding off evil and disasters. Due to this history, from the Heian period to the Middle Ages, it was famous as a shrine visited by samurai and warlords to pray for victory in battle. As a shrine symbolizing power in martial arts, it continues to attract reverence from martial artists and athletes today. This is the three-branch cedar located next to the main shrine. It's not actually three separate cedar trees, but rather one giant tree connected at the base. The surprisingly huge cedar next to the main shrine is called the three-branch cedar because it splits into three branches from the base. When Minamoto no Yoriyoshi visited, it was a single cedar tree, but he prayed, "If my three wishes, peace throughout the land, prosperity of the shrine, and long-lasting descendants, are granted, then let the cedar tree split into three branches." It is said that the tree then split into three branches. Because of this legend, it is considered a powerful spiritual spot that grants wishes. It is said that taking a photograph of it makes it even more effective. On the way back, we took a different, older path than the one we came on. This is the Keystone. Since ancient times, this region has experienced many earthquakes, and the people were very frightened. It is said that Kashima Shrine and its deity believed that a large catfish was living underground and causing disturbances. They drove a stone rod deep into the ground, piercing the catfish's head and tail. Katori Shrine's keystone is convex, while Kashima Shrine's is concave, with parts of them visible above ground. I wanted to see Kashima Shrine's keystone as well, but it was quite a distance away, and I had to give up due to time constraints. Although the part visible above ground is small, the underground portion is enormous and is said to be impossible to remove. The keystone at Katori is said to be holding down the catfish's tail, while the one at Kashima is holding down its head. We are heading towards the Okumiya, inner shrine. The Okumiya is a shrine separate from the main shrine, located in the innermost part of the grounds. It enshrines the fierce spirit, Aramidama, of Futsunushi. The current shrine is constructed using recycled timber from the 1973 relocation of Ise Grand Shrine. After climbing a few stone steps, the shrine comes into view at the end of a short path, but it feels much further away than it actually is. There is absolutely no sense of familiarity or warmth here. In stark contrast to the bustling main shrine, it's strange that there are hardly any visitors here. However, since it enshrines the fierce spirit, Aramidama, of Futsunushi, it's a place that shouldn't be visited casually. I explained about Aramidama when discussing Kashima Shrine, but Aramidama refers to the fierce aspect of a god, the raging spirit. Those with particularly sensitive sensibilities should probably stay away. If you experience any mental disturbance after visiting, sprinkle salt on your body to ward off any evil spirits. Well, it's a place that highly sensitive people wouldn't dare approach. I'm not sensitive, so I was fine. The door is usually closed, but it was open when I visited, allowing me to peek inside. After praying, I walked around the shrine once before returning. This time, I visited Narita-zen Shinshoji Temple in the morning, and then Kashima Shrine and Katori Shrine in the afternoon. It was quite crowded because it was right after the new year. However, since I avoided the first 3 days of the new year, I was able to visit them all. Until next time, when I introduce another shrine or temple, I'll see you again. Goodbye.